The case is closed for a Whitwell woman who was murdered in Massachusetts nearly 50 years ago.
Ruth Terry's husband was identified as her killer. He died in 2002. Dallas Payton spoke with a lady who claims to have a connection to the case, and he joins us now in the studio. Dallas.
Latrice, Greg, Ruth Terry's family now has closure as she was recently identified in October, and less than a year later, her killer was identified. Lauren Robbins learned about Ruth Terry's case more than 2 years ago when she was asked to be a medium for a documentary about Terry called The Lady of the Dunes.
And he wanted some mediums to participate in the filming of it because the former chief of police that was involved in the case for over 30 years, his name was Jimmy Meads, he had used actually psychics and mediums trying to help identify her and find out more information about her.
Robbins claims she was able to connect with Terry on a spiritual level. Robbins says the opportunity felt like a full circle moment as she was visiting Provincetown, Massachusetts, around the time Terry's body was discovered in 1974.
I was about 12, 13 years old at the time, and so I remember Provincetown and the hills very much so, the dunes I should say, and I just felt kind of compelled to really help her. I remembered the case a little bit. I asked my mom about it.
She also wrote a book about the victim called Through Her Eyes. She says she's thrilled to know that the case is now closed and that the family has closure. Robbins got to meet Terry's son, Richard, back in November, a month after the body was identified.
He validated so much of what I had been telling him, and I told him about my book. And then we kept in touch. I was helping him. He was grieving, about the loss and never have met his mother before. And she gave him up very young when he was a baby for adoption. So he never had the opportunity to meet her.
Robbins was also invited to a private funeral for Terry and recalls how relieved the family was to give her a proper burial. Now Robbins plans to keep in touch with Richard as he continues to learn more about his mother's case. Latrice?